So just in time for football season, Reebok has reached back into the archives to bring us a sneaker that's only retro once since its original 1996 release. And today, guys, we're talking about Emmitt Smith's signature sneaker, the ES22. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we are back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining. If you hadn't done so, or if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, leave a like, drop a comment, because of course, you guys know those things push the video through the algorithm. I say it a million times, you're probably sick of hearing it, but it helps the channel get bigger, better, get in front of more eyes so I can do bigger, better videos. Now, also hit the notification bell so you're always notified anytime I drop a new video just like today. Now, thank you to everyone who's done so already. Thank you to those who will do so after watching this video. I do appreciate each and every one of you. Now, you already saw the intro. You know what we're looking at today. We're bringing it back to 1996. We're bringing it back to where shoes were chunky, shoes were heavy, shoes were maybe more durable, who knows. But Reebok has reached into the archives and they're bringing back a signature sneaker for the all-time leading rusher, Hall of Fame running back, Emmitt Smith. Now, this is the ES22. It will be releasing on September 14th. Again, just in time for the football season, really getting started. And they gave me an early pair so I can bring you guys an early look at it. So I appreciate you guys, Reebok. You're always looking out. Thank you, thank you. Now, guys, I won't lie to you. I'm not a huge football fan. I think I probably said that enough times. But I know the sport. I understand the sport. I've even played flag football a few times. So I get the gist of it. I watch it on Sundays just to be annoyed at my Texans. But that doesn't give you guys any excuses to think I'm going to become a Cowboy fan. Because, yes, this is a Cowboy colorway sneaker. Because Emmitt Smith, of course, was a famous Cowboy player, of course, the running back. We've already said that. I just don't want you guys getting any ideas that I become a Cowboys fan because of the shoe. Now, my wife's a Cowboys fan, so you guys stay tuned in for her. Y'all, you be nice to her by watching this video and don't give me any nonsense in the comments. Yes, it is what it is. But as we get into the sneaker, this is going to be a sneaker that was built for the tarp, built for performance. And it's crazy to think how the worlds have changed in footwear from 1996 when the sneaker released to 2023 where we're at now, to where this is said to be a sneaker that was designed to complement Emmitt Smith's speed, performance, lateral movement, or lateral speed as well. And this sucker is huge compared to a cleat that you see all athletes wearing now, football players wearing now. It's such a night and day difference because, again, Emmitt Smith wore these in games. I'll throw a picture up here. He wore these in game, and clearly he still has the most yards ever wearing this, in comparison to what we have now, huge sneaker. Now, what's crazy about it is that it's not much heavier than a typical basketball shoe at the time. So I can see, okay, we can do a lot of running, we can do a lot of jumping, but again, I understand also need to protect your foot out there. So again, a lot of this design makes sense to me, even if it is over 20 years old. So the idea, it rings a bell, you know, it turns a light bulb on. Now, as we get into the sneaker, we're gonna see a lot of different things here, and it's nothing premium, no premium materials. This is all synthetic sneaker, which again makes sense if you're putting it on a football field. So we're gonna first look at the sides here. It's gonna be, guys, correct me if I say this wrong, anodized club blue material, which is going to give it that kind of shiny metallic, almost kind of foam look to it. But you're going to, on top of that, have this really cool piece. I love the design language here with this. It's this foam molding that's going to provide some lateral stability on both the lateral and medial side of the sneaker. So again, with his cutting side to side, you want to make sure that he's always contained in the sneaker, not only by just the materials, the mesh, the fabric, but also give him extra support with the foam here while not making it too hard on his foot. You want to make sure it's soft so he's getting comfort, but then again strong enough to make sure he's not falling over the top of the footbed. Awesome design language. I really like that here. Now, as we get into the top of the sneaker here, we're going to have our rope laces, of course, done up in black. We're going to have our open cell mesh tongue, and it's going to lead us right on down to the tip of the toe box here, which is going to give us a black synthetic that's a little tougher than what we feel on the side. So with the foot dragging, people stepping on your foot, just a little bit more protection so you're not ripping through the shoe in one game, or heck, one half of a game. Now, underneath that club blue color, you're going to get more open cell mesh done up in black. So the shoe is predominantly in mesh with just a lot of different overlays to provide protection. So you still want to make the shoe light because he is running a lot, but also want to, again, make it protected so he's not just getting his foot destroyed every game. Now, one of my favorite pieces of this sneaker is going to be the branding on the tongue. I love the Reebok branding done up in that prism color here, or that prism design. Just reminds me of those football, basketball cards, especially nowadays with that being such a popular thing. Just really, really cool. It really takes you back to that time frame too because of all the trading cards. Now, also, you're going to get the Reebok branding done up here in black and white on the lateral side and medial side. It's going to be on that synthetic leather patch there. And the midsole is going to be all EVA cushioning, which is going to still be EVA foam here. But around the sides, or within the EVA, is going to have the Hexalite. You see the branding of the Hexalite here. Now, of course, I know everyone's going to look at the video, oh, that's not real Hexalite. No, it's not the same Hexalite that it was in 1996. So it's going to have the Hexalite representation here. But if you flip the shoe over, you're going to have the exposed window. So it still is Hexalite, even though it's not the same 1996 Hexalite. Now, this sneaker did release in, again, 1996 originally, 2012 as a retro, and today, or 2023, as another retro. And I guess the one thing they haven't brought back the same, and I'm not a pro with these shoes. I remember these in 96, never had them, and I was 7, so give me a break on missing any details. But the outsole, so I'm gonna put a picture up here to 1996, which had a translucent outsole, 2012, gum outsole, and then 2023, clearly you guys are going to see a full rubber outsole here. Or so they haven't brought it back in full traditional fashion, but I'm not mad at this. I like the outsole here. I mean, to me, it makes sense to be kind of the full rubber, not the translucent, especially when you're going to be running up and down that football field. But I always think these perform a little bit better. The non-translucent rubber, I feel like it performs better sometimes. So maybe they're expecting you to get out on the field with these. I would love to see a content creator that, guys, if this video gets enough likes, I may do it. I don't know. There's not a number in my head. But if you guys want to see more about this, can they still perform on the field of play? I will get out there and run around, run some routes on a field somewhere. If you guys want to see that, I'd actually be interested. You guys know my series, Do They Still Ball? Well, maybe we can take it to the football field because it still has those aggressive nubs, aggressive traction pattern for that grass, right, turf, which I don't think there's any more turf fields out there, right? Am I wrong out there? At least NFL, I don't think they do any more turf. But again, correct me if I'm wrong there. But it's all done in white, black, and of course your Reebok branding in blue and white here. And it's a cool shoe. I think it's really cool. I love the nod, again, to the 90s, bringing it back. And I love that Reebok is digging into the archive. I know people were saying, oh, why don't they bring back some other things besides, questions or, answer fours, things like that. Well, they're doing it. They're digging in there, and I appreciate that. They're doing some things now, I think this year, that are straying away, or not straying away, but diversifying their releases. And this is one of those things because we, again, hadn't seen this in 11 years. So it's cool that they're bringing it back. I think it's something people will get excited about, especially football fans out there, especially Cowboy fans out there, because it's a shoe that really brings them back to a time where the Cowboys are actually good. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, I know I'm a Texans fan and we suck, but I can still laugh at you. Whatever. And final detail on the sneaker I want to bring up is going to be a vanilla prism patch of the Reebok ES22 branding here. So that is all there. Really nice. I really, again, overall really like this sneaker. I will tell you, try it on first because I wear size 10. This is a size 10. And this is a short toe box in the sneaker. You guys can kind of see that. Very short toe box. I think I could probably wear these a little bit more comfortably in a half size up. And again, I'm letting you guys know from my experience with my foot. That's why I always like to tell you to try it on because everyone's foot's different. And with this one, I can wear them comfortably, relatively comfortable. I'm getting pretty close to the top or front of the shoe with my feet. So I would, again, I think I would comfortably probably wear 10.5 in these, but try them on. Wide footers, you don't necessarily need to go half size up because they're not a very slender shoe. You guys can just look at the top. It's a pretty wide built shoe. It's just the length that kind of gets me on this one. So it's a shorter toe box. Try it on. Half size up would probably be the recommendation if you can't try them on. Really like the shoe. Definitely something that's going to be probably more and more in the fall with like sweats and things like that. But really I'm impressed by it. First time really getting my hands on it because, again, as a kid, I never had them. I just kind of saw them from afar. But you guys let me know what you think about it. I know my hardcore football fans and Emmitt Smith fans are probably loving this right now. But for anyone else who maybe first time seen it or hadn't seen it in a long time, what do you think about the ES22? Are you excited about the release? Are you waiting for them? Do you not like them? You guys let me know down below. Until next time, see ya.